Sure. You know, I love it out in the open. Since I arrived in Skyrim, I've gotten quite used to it. Every time. I know you're not happy with how I've changed, but it's what I want. Anyway, I got you, right? My guardian angel. What will be, will be. If I was to die tomorrow, I would at least die happy. I mean, look at all these beautiful stars. What do you think they're made of? Do you think people live on the moons? Come on, you don't believe that, do you? You're kidding, right? About how we feel about each other? Okay. You know how I feel about you. And I know it's probably a one-way thing and you don't feel the same way. We have been together for so long that it seems like forever. You came for me. You were there for me. You saved my life again and again. You awakened me inside. I feel like a woman for the first time in my life. But it's okay. I'm a big girl now. I can handle it if it's not what you want. What's important is that you are honest about how you feel. At least then, we can move on. So we can be together? Don't just say it if you don't mean it. Since when? I knew I had feelings for you after you made me cry. Until then, I didn't know whether I loved you or hated you. You said I was just a stupid kid. After that, I didn't know what I was anymore. On the journey back to Angie's, all I could think about was what I had done wrong and how stupid I was, and how right you were. After the Azura thing, I felt I couldn't carry on. The burden was crushing me. The only thing that kept me going was to find my mom and have you by my side. That I could finally go home, and you might love me. Dragonborn, will you lie with me tonight? I have never been more sure of anything in my life.
Hey, remember when you tried to kiss me at the Overlook? Well, why don't you try it now? Okay.
Wait here, just for a moment. I'm wretched and ugly. How can anyone love me? My body is scarred. I'll understand if you don't want to. Dragonborn, are you sure? Oh, my Dragonborn. Eh. Hmm. Yeah, I'm good. Different? You regretting it? But what? It was okay, wasn't it? Well, what is it? Why not?
And? Come on. No one bats an eyelid about that kind of thing these days. What matters is that we have feelings for each other. It's nobody's business what we do. Hey, if anyone's got a problem with us being together, that's their problem, not ours. Let's face it, you've got to be pretty damn stupid to piss us off, right? It's cool.
Yes. It was more vivid this time. She was waiting for me, on this battlefield. It was pouring with rain. The fighting was over and the dead lay everywhere. She was laughing and skipping through the butchered and cleaved, scaring off the crows. When she saw me, she came right over to me and picked up a sword from the ground. It was so heavy, but she smiled at me and, struggling, lifted it as high as she could above her head. And she shouted at the top of her voice, "Freedom!" She drew a line in the dirt with the sword and then held it out for me to take. But as I tried to take it, she held out her other hand for something in return. But I didn't have what she wanted, so she stopped smiling. Then it went dark. I heard her sobbing again, but I couldn't find her. I don't know. Maybe I never will. Dragonborn, I'm okay, okay? Come on, let's go see Cassius.
Why don't we check out the inn?
I'm sorry.
何？迷ったの？
I'm sorry.
What is it?
そうね。
Whoa. An old Nordic ruin.
Hey, Cassius.
Well met, Rigmor. So good to see you looking better.
We're going to the College of Winterhold. I'm hoping to learn about my family.
Is there something wrong? What is it? I see. I noticed you no longer wear your armor, or a weapon. I hope this isn't permanent. You'll be needing it shortly.
Hey, I don't want to go back there, okay? As far as I know, my part in this is done.
Rigmor, there is the threat of an imminent invasion. Have you forgotten that?
I'll just let you all take care of that. Armies fight armies, right? Not young girls.
What if this young girl was to lead an army? What is it? I don't know how or why, but for the last few days, scores of old Nord warriors have been arriving at Ingol's camp from all over Tamriel. They want to see you, Rigmor.
Why are you telling me this?
They are your father's old brigade, the Sons of Talos. They have come to pledge their swords and lives to follow you. Like it or not, they have sworn loyalty to you and you alone.
They don't even know me. I won't do it. I can't do it.
You need to get a grip on yourself, young lady. These men, we will need them in the coming battle. The fate of Skyrim, no, Tamriel even, could depend on you. You need to sort this out, Dragonborn. Whatever it takes. She needs to address these men.
Hey, I'm right here, okay? I'm not invisible. And no! I won't do it. I can't do it. You can't make me.
Hey. I'm sorry, my child. Please forgive me. Hey, everything is going to be okay. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. How about we pretend? All you need to do is go to Ingol's camp and say a few words. Rally them. You can borrow some steel plate I have here and a sword, only to help out. That's all. Could you do that?
I'll try, okay? Okay. Okay.
Hey. I didn't realize she was in such a bad way, Dragonborn. Please forgive me. I can only hope she recovers in time. We will need her. Of course. It breaks my heart to see her like that, truly. But she must address the Sons of Talos. Until next time.
Forget it. Let's just go, can we?
Nani? Eh. ちょっと待って。
So it's true. Part of the town did fall into the sea. Whoa. Is that the
Good to
cauldron
see you
winter
again.
hold up ahead?
Hey, an inn.
Nakaに入りましょう。
Turns out who runs Winterhold doesn't change much. Can't say I'm surprised. Take a look. next time. I won't complain about Courier being gone, but I don't expect things to really be any different. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I understand Irid's been playing Hunt the Elf again.
It's just children playing, Haran. I wouldn't fret over it.
I'm not fretting. I don't want Irid playing those sorts of games.
All right, I'll speak to her. Is everything well, Nellicar?
Oh yes, quite fine. My accommodations here continue to be just what I need.
And there haven't been any problems?
Are you referring to your other customers? No, everything is quite all right. I expect a bit of animosity now and then.
I see. Well, let me know if things get out of hand.
I don't like doing business with... Absolutely no... Huh? Stop that!
Turns out who runs Winterhold doesn't change much. Can't say I'm surprised.
え、迷ったの？ええ、行きましょう。
Rigmor's guardian. And the famous, or perhaps I should say infamous, Rigmor of Bruma. I am honored to make your acquaintance at long last.
Hi. I'm hoping to find out anything about my ancestry.
Ah, yes. Rigmor, why don't you go with Keris? She will take good care of you and explain a little about all that. And to have some heirlooms left in good keeping at the college for your perusal.
Dragonborn? Okay.
Come this way, Rigmor. There's so much.
This place is so cool. I love it already.
Cool? Are you cold?
It means great. I made it up.
Oh, I've never heard of that. How interesting.
Ah. It's a rather long story. Would you like the complete version or just the bare facts? A long time ago, some 200 years to be precise, there was a mercenary by trade known as Rigmor of Cyrodiil. She had a pretty uneventful early life, taking petty contracts until she joined an army of outlaws. The very same outlaw army, led by the Colovian warlord Titus Mede, who marched into the imperial city in the 17th year of the Fourth Era, wresting power from fools the gibbering. It was a sad tragedy then that, after giving birth to a baby girl 3 years later, she became bravely ill and died shortly after at the age of 38. Physicians attribute her death to the unwanted accidental pregnancy at a late age. Titus Mede was beside himself with grief and arrangements, but made for the child to be adopted by the College of Winterhold by royal decree. The infant was duly adopted, and her belongings kept in storage therein. The child was named Morgan. At her coming of age, Morgan of Winterhold was summoned to the imperial city to become Imperial Court Mage to the Mede dynasty, where she later was to become a very powerful influence. Before she left to take up her newly appointed duties, it is rumored she had taken her late mother's Daedric armor and crafted an amulet of Talos from it. She also took a Daedric ceremonial blade her mother had kept as a souvenir to strengthen her mother's bastard sword, with its blade increasing its properties. The Emperor would always seek her guidance in affairs of the Empire. Overshadowing the heir to the dynasty, Athrobus Mede, who was fiercely jealous of this foreign witch, so much so, at the event of the Emperor's death, Athrobus Mede struck. Morgan and her husband, a palace guard captain, were accused of a plot to usurp power. Her husband was slain, and Morgan escaped, fleeing Cyrodiil with their only child. Her disappearance only served to confirm the rumors Morgan was the bastard child of Titus Mede I and Rigmor of Cyrodiil. She and her child Morgana were never heard of again. Then, one fine day, Morgan's heirlooms miraculously surfaced. The Falmor had found them buried in a chest belonging to one Ragnar of Bruma. The identity of Rigmor, his only heir, and her history became known to the college. Unfortunately, we were too late to intervene. The college, you see, is duty-bound to protect and serve the descendants of Morgan of Winterhold. Before she leaves here, it is my duty to tell her of her ancestry. The Emperor Titus Mede II is to restore her name and accept her family as part of the Mede dynasty. He is also offering her the position of the recently vacant Countess of Bruma, if she desires it. All she has to do is accept it, and it shall be hers. So now, Guardian, here we are. I am afraid this doesn't concern you anymore, Guardian. Tell her I must. I shall ignore the threatening undertones, Guardian. You see, killing me would serve no purpose. She will eventually come to know. Unless, of course, you intend to lock her away in some dark dungeon, or gallivant around the wilds of Tamriel like a common bandit. Also, I like you. I have a lot of respect for you and your achievements, and you have protected her well. In fact, I cannot think of anywhere else I would rather Rigmor be at this troubling time. With an imminent invasion looming, and all that, it would be prudent to await the outcome of such an event. We would, after all, need to make sure the Emperor is still in residence at the Imperial City. So I will relent and leave the decision to you when to tell her. But I must have your word. Give me your word of honor, Guardian, that as soon as she is fit and well, you will deliver to Rigmor her legacy. I am afraid not. I think our business here is done. Anyway, Guardian, it's obvious now is not the time. Take care of her.
Dragonborn, you have so got to see this. Come on, this way.
I think we had better see what all that action is about.
This armor was left by Morgan of Winterhold. She was an ancestor of mine. Carrie says it belongs to me. Isn't it wonderful? Do you think I should?
Please do, my child. We await with anticipation.
How does it look?
Remarkable. It's a fine example of antique armor forged by the famous Khajiit armorer Zizige. This particular piece was worn by your great-great-grandmother, Morgan of Winterhold, when she accompanied the Emperor Titus Mede I on campaign.
What the hell are these?
Oh, those, yes. Those, dear girl, are breasts.
Why would anyone put breasts on a cuirass?
Ah, well, you see, men wear the cuirass, and women wear what's called the, breastplate. Yes. It's used as a combat tactic. When the enemy approaches and raises his weapon, you would dazzle him with your breastplate, giving you the advantage, and then you strike.
Yeah, right. Dragonborn? What? Oh, har har. Very funny. I guess I could get used to it, though. I love it.
Ah. She really does have a wonderful innocence, and it's quite lovable, isn't she? Anyway, Guardian, I think our business here is done. Don't forget to tell the girl when you think she is ready. It's obvious now is not the time. Take care of her. Who knows, one day our paths might cross again.
Yeah, let's get this over with. Can you carry the armor for me? Dragonborn, there's a sword, too. Thank you.
an inn. I could use a drink.
Well, Morgan was my great-great-great-grandmother, and her mother was also called Rigmor. But she died, and the college adopted Morgan, and when she came of age, became the court mage to the Meade dynasty. How cool is that, Dragonborn? So, the heirlooms I had, when I first met you, Morgan made those from her mother's armor and weapons. But after the Emperor died, she came back to the college and disappeared. She took the heirlooms with her but left behind what we have now. What am I going to say to them? Okay, let's do this.
Getting out of here.
This should be
I'm sorry.